good. Hello. Is this working? Seems like it's lagging. I don't know how to fix that. It's low bitrate. OBS, I think. So we just win the bishop, I mean the rook here with the bishop. We got a mate in 1, bishop defends. Okay, seems to be working, I guess. I don't know. White to move. I guess that's checkmate almost? No. Unless they go there. What about this one? This puzzle doesn't make any sense to me. This doesn't work. It's that. So say here, they can still go up. Knight takes, and we just lose a pawn. Wait, we just take the rook now. That's not very difficult. Mate in 1, because the knight defends, and the rook just delivers checkmate, because the king has no escape. The knight defends, so it's checkmate. Mate in 1. Another mate in 1 with a battery. Another battery. Queen defends, so king can't take the rook. Another mate in 1, because all the escape squares are covered by the queen. Back rank mate, mate in 2. Similar to what we had just a second ago, mate in, this one's going to be mate in 2. It's forced for them to take with the rook, and then we take, and it's checkmate, defended by the knight. Mate in 1. Mate in 1. White to move. So we take this, and we come back and defend the pawn. That's going to be mate in 2. Because this pawn defends. Mate in 3. First we remove the defender of this e1 square by pushing the king over. Then we sacrifice the queen. Rook has to take, then we take back. So that's going to be back rank mate, mate in 3. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. So we have to go here. That's going to be mate in 2. Because the queen blocks somewhere. Mate in 1. Knight defends the square and the other escape square. Is there some weird idea I can go here Then if bishop takes, knight takes or something. I don't know. Unless I can just take this bishop now with the pawn. It's odd. We just had this. It's gonna be main 3. Kick the king away and sacrifice, and then deliver the back rank. I'm gonna play this. Get this battery going. But this doesn't work. What? This is a hard one. Even though it's only level 19 right now. Because we go here, it doesn't work. There's only one defender, 2 attackers. This shouldn't really do anything. I guess take a pawn and then bring the rook over. Try to reignite that threat. Not really threatening to take the knight. Defended. I mean, we have a passed pawn, so that must be involved in this somehow. I could go here if queen takes, pawn takes, and if rook blocks, no, it doesn't quite work. Because the pawn and the rook would need to be on adjacent files for that type of thing to work. Okay, I guess queen takes, rook takes, pawn takes. That's what it's going to be. Then rook up. So I am familiar with this pattern where there's a pawn and like a rook diagonally. Because then if anything takes that rook, then the pawn takes and promotes. Alrighty. But we're still going to go with the same plan. Because if they don't take us, we'll take them. And then we'll promote. So we've got 2 checks. One doesn't work. So this is going to be mate. Not mate yet, actually. It's going to be like mate in 3. Pawn can actually defend. Queen takes. Defended by king. King will go up. And then queen can go, well, I guess it has to go to this square, actually. And that will be the checkmate. So mate in 3. Okay, we're in check. It doesn't work. Well, so we're just going to block with the queen. And if they take, then we have this passed pawn we push. We can still block because this pawn. Or do we move the king? What's more precise? Because if we go here, can't they just go back over here? This is getting difficult, kind of. Oh no, okay, this is a forced trade because it puts the king in check as well. So they don't get to harass us any longer. Yep. And we can just push this and we'll get that one first. So I noticed this pattern that this rook cuts off the file here, so if we were to bring another rook here, 2 possible moves. We've got these 2 bishops we need to try to use somehow. Maybe we just go here first. Light square. Here. Okay, so then we go there. And then there's too many moves. This can't be right, because usually it's more forcing in puzzles. Usually it's a quicker checkmate or quicker way to win material. I suppose, no, I'm in check. What am I doing? I'm in check. Ugh. I gotta think about that first. I didn't notice because I turned off my settings where it doesn't show you the most previous move. So the only other move would be the king goes over here to attack the rook. I think we just take with the pawn though, don't we? Yeah, because then we're also threatening to take this knight on the next move. Right? Does that make sense? Or do we actually play a king move first? Because then we're attacking 2 pieces, and after they save the rook, then we take the knight. Pawn takes can't be bad, so why is one so much better than the other? That's the question you have to ask yourself when you're stuck in a puzzle like this. Like, how do I refute the other option? Oh, because it's checkmate. Yeah. It's not as forcing to just attack the rook. So we just checks captures threats. So I think we just capture. Yeah. That's not that hard. Still overcomplication going on there. So check. King goes over. Okay, we can't actually do that. Bishop would take. How about this? There's 2 attackers and only 1 defender. So that's obviously going to be a mate. So what they could do though is move their king. But then we can go here and that's going to be checkmate. Cool. This should be pretty simple. Because we're going to have 2 attackers and 1 defender on this square, right? So it's going to be a back rank mate. Queen covers these escape squares. Should be main 3. So we've got a check and right here, capture and a check. King goes over. How do we bring more pieces into the game? It's always how you have a successful attack. Is you need to bring in all of your pieces, not just 1 or 2 pieces. They could also just block, but they don't want to do that because I'll bring in the rook, right? So yeah, intuitively, I already crossed that out. I think they're going to have to move the king. I can't put him in check again here because of the bishop. Do I trade queens? Queen, it's a check. Queen takes, pawn takes. If this isn't the move, what else is? There's nothing else. That's not gonna work. Not gonna work. So I think we can just play this. Even though we're kind of supposed to have the discipline to do the entire calculation right now. It's the goal. It's hard to see this one, so don't want to waste time. Okay, so instead of going here, they blocked with the rook. So, too many options. Now we've got 2 checks. This one seems like it's more forcing for some reason. I guess because it covers this square and this square. And it forces them to go here. And then we do actually fork the king and the queen. I can't actually see that one. So that's not too difficult. So we're just gonna, yeah, win the rook. Win the queen for a rook. Nice one here. This is a fork. It's a forking pattern, diagonal 4. There's 6 shapes. Diagonal 2, diagonal 4, orthogonal 3, orthogonal 5, rectangle 2x4, rectangle 3x5. So immediately recognize this. And I see that there's a pin. The queen pins the knight, so the knight can't actually take the knight. Oh, but the queen could. So there'll just be a trade. Okay, this is my weakness. It's a future fork. That's what the answer is. I'm finally starting to see it. First, what you're going to do is sacrifice the queen for the knight, because once they retake, then we fork. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Perfect, perfect. We can pin. Anybody say anything in chat? No? Forcing moves. Checks, captures, threats, pawn breaks. Okay, we actually have this forcing move, don't we? But in the king, the queen, has 4 options. So, but then our follow-up is to go here with the knight, maybe. So they can't go there, because that'd be a fork. And they can't go there, because that'd be checkmate. Smother mate. They go here or here. Okay, the king will move over, and then the knight will fork the king and the rook. Amazing, we actually got it. They actually sacrificed their queen rather than just letting me fork. There must have been something more powerful there that I didn't see. That's so weird. Can we analyze this real quick? Why are you sacrificing the queen? King d8. Either way, it's like 5. Oh, they're permanently losing the rook for the knight, maybe, is what the problem is. They can't actually recapture. So, let's get this ready for later. This is actually a simple one here. If king takes, then this is a back rank mate. After bishop blocks, this could be total mate in 3. If for some reason they run away, and that's annoying. But I do have this bishop check. After pawn blocks, rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes. So we figured that one out. Yeah, they are going to make us do the longer variation, of course. You have to take with rook because bishop takes, and then after that, queen takes. Yep. Oh, is this like a discovered attack win? We can't go here because they escape. So what if we go here first? This is forced. Then we go here, yeah, and they go back, and then it's mate because the bishop defends the queen. I didn't see the bishop block too, but it still ended up working. If we go here, that's just a trade of rooks. If we go here, that's going to win of a rook, right? It's a check. However, there is a threat, but this will be a check, so I can always do something else other than take the rook if I need to. So that should be safe, right? Because I can just go here. No, I can't. I can go here, here. After they move the king. Or maybe there's a second check. We'll see. Or this check shouldn't work. Yeah, this should be the move. Oh wait, I guess I just give up the pawn, right? Queen takes, king moves, but there's the back rank is defended. There's no back rank threats. So my rook is there, defending. Yep. Just move out of the way. Don't put yourself in discovered attack, obviously. 30, no mistakes. We're gonna try to get to 40. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Gotta check here. We don't have a lot here. I guess once we take this pawn, the knight will be under attack. Removing the defender, of course. What are the other options? We want to try to maintain 2 minor pieces for the rook, I feel like. So they go here. Maybe they want to get the king towards the center in the endgame piece activity. Maybe that's the best move. Then let's say go here. I was thinking maybe you could also go here with the bishop. Something. No. And where can the knight escape to? The knight only has 3 escape squares. One is check. But we can escape here. Okay, let's see what this says. It says knight first. But this is also only on a depth of 9. In what world would this make sense? They still have this check. But then they can't escape though if they go there actually. Really. I don't think so. It's a hard one. Now let's say I attack it, and then it goes here. I want to attack it again. I can't immediately. Yeah, whatever. Bishop covers this. Bishop check, queen takes. And where's the win? Queen takes. Queen takes. No, it doesn't work. Why are they all of a sudden so hard? I must get 3 wrong in a row. I want to just get to 40 so I can get some more experience at the high level puzzles. Of course, I should have seen this. There's literally no way to defend that. Except maybe if there is. Queen here. No, it's 1 defender, 2 attackers. So then we just win the queen instead of getting a checkmate. But otherwise, yeah, obviously there's a battery here. So the block with bishop instead. I still have 2 minor pieces for 1 minor piece. I'm gonna have this 1 knight. Do I want to sack this? Yeah, ain't no way they're gonna be stopping that pawn, so. Nope, didn't work. That doesn't work. It's the queen. Ugh. Doesn't work. How about this? The only way they could defend is queen here, then pawn takes. How about that? we're pinning the bishop to the king, and it's also attacked by this bishop, threatening mate. So they don't want to give up the queen. Yeah, there's nothing they can do here, right? Awesome, we finally got a hard one. Well, we don't have to keep, no, that's not how this works. It's wishful thinking. I think it's going to be here, because this is covered. There's going to be a discovered attack. Yeah, the king goes back down, the rook over. This is a rare one, but I've seen this before, right? You want to follow this? Knight check, this is blocked, so king goes up to one of these two. Knight down, and then I guess rook check again, discovered check. If king down, the rook here is still going to be a checkmate. Or if king goes back down this way, rook here. Either one of these squares is going to be checkmate with the knight on this square. And then a king will be on one of these two squares. So knight covers this square. Yeah. I imagine it would do that because it seems like, yeah, this makes more sense. I see this diagonal's covered, but this is still an escape square. This is a hard one. I guess I can just do this. This is a good threat. Starting to just win this knight. It's defended 0 times, attack twice. So, but if pawn takes, we win the rook. This has to be it. And this does still work. I didn't see this amazing resource to defend. But once we take the knight, we're attacking the queen. So if knight takes, we win the queen. And if queen takes, it's fine. Of course, there's always one extra move you gotta look at. Check. But it looks like we're gonna be trading pieces. Yeah. Because I can just attack the piece that's attacking the king. The fork here, but the bishop takes. Attacks the queen. But if they take here, if they take the bishop, then they're also attacking the queen. That doesn't do a lot for us. Oh, we take this bishop here. I don't know what that would do either. This knight is actually hanging. It's like a hint. We probably need to move that, right? Double the pawns. And then we fork. That's what the move's got to be. It's a clearance, not even a sacrifice, but it's a clearance move. After the knight moves away, we can fork with the pawn. There's no checks. Queen attacks rook, but queen defends. We're getting pretty close to 40. It'll be something. Is this going to be 2 diagonal checkmate? Almost. King goes over. We can go queen here. Here. And then I guess we could sack the rook and then fork and win the... Sack the bishop to get the king to take. And then we check and fork and get the rook. Doesn't seem like it's enough though. What about this move? It might be better. One viewer. Thanks for watching. Yeah. This seems more intuitive for some reason. But this actually might be better. We can always take this later. No, not right now though. Ugh. Is that too slow? Maybe you can bring the rook in the game somehow like that. No, this doesn't seem good because they can run away. I can't put him in check again. I'm just gonna go here. And we're gonna go here. Oh, I also noticed now. No, it doesn't work, doesn't work. Knight takes, queen takes. This was necessary. Oh, that's sad. Is it moving the rook over or something? Oh, queen here. Why did I not see that? Yeah, I knew that I needed to get my queen and my bishop working together. Like we said, you need more than one piece. You need at least two pieces working together. So yeah, that's gonna be forced, and here, and that's gonna be mate. So 1, 2, 3, mate and 4 in total. And this isn't gonna work, it's too slow. But now we have a forcing way to actually get our queen and bishop working together. Yeah, okay, that's easy. What else do we go wrong on? Not even that. Oh, so we just prevent the king from attacking the pawn, which I thought we could do by sacrificing the rook, but no. We're just taking a pawn. They have to go actually just not even take the rook. They have to take the pawn. I guess this works. Yeah. Just win the rook. Prophylaxis, cut off the king. I don't know why I didn't think that would work. Like, obviously I thought about that. But... oh, shit. That's a good move. I was literally talking about this. The rectangle 2x4 pattern, right? Jeez. Dang. So once we take this, we're threatening two things. It's like basically a fork double attack. So one, we're threatening this fork with the knight. And secondly, we're threatening to take this knight with the king or the bishop. So if they save the knight, then we fork. But I guess this makes more sense for them because they're not just saving the knight, they're also winning a piece back. So we're only winning in exchange, we're not winning a rook. Because the knight can recapture miraculously. And we're just up one minor piece. Or no minor pieces. We're up pawns. 4 pawns. We're up 2 pawns. Before we were down in exchange. We had 2 pawns, 4 in exchange. It's technically even material, but we didn't have as good of pieces. There we go. Hopefully that was a good instructive run, a puzzle rush. I think we're actually going to end it there. Play some games on stream tomorrow and probably upload a video of me playing a game today. It's separate from stream, but thanks for watching.